There are moments in life that don't announce themselves with fireworks or grand displays, moments that slip into our days almost unnoticed, tucked inside dates that feel ordinary at first glance. January 23rd, 2026 might seem like one of those days to most people, but for you, it carries a weight, a whisper, a possibility waiting to unfold. When we talk about a surprise from God, we're not talking about something random or accidental. We're talking about something crafted with intention, shaped with purpose, and delivered right on time in a way that fits exactly where you are in your story. The thing about divine surprises is that they rarely come in the wrapping we expect. They don't always show up as dramatic events or obvious blessings. Sometimes they come disguised as inconveniences, small opportunities, quiet nudges, or people who walk into your life without warning. And sometimes they come as shifts inside you, a thought, a stirring, a sudden clarity about something you've been struggling with for years. You might wake up on a day like January 23rd, thinking it's just another day, but deep down, something has shifted. Something is being revealed. Something is being offered. Something is opening. But the key to recognizing that kind of gift is learning to pay attention. God's surprises aren't like the ones we buy at stores where you can shake the box, guess what's inside, and anticipate the reaction of others. Divine surprises are often silent, subtle, and deeply personal, designed specifically for who you are and where you are headed. You might wonder why God works like that. Why he doesn't make the surprise obvious or loud or impossible to miss. Maybe it's because he wants you to discover it, not stumble over it. Maybe it's because he wants you to be present, aware, engaged with your own journey. Maybe it's because the process of noticing is part of the transformation, because when something is quiet, you lean closer. When something is gentle, you become still. And when something is personal, you become open. That openness is where the surprise reveals itself. It's in the space where you're willing to receive something without demanding that it look the way you expected. And that's important, because sometimes the gift comes in a form you wouldn't have chosen. Sometimes it comes through a closed door, a sudden detour, a conversation you didn't plan to have, an idea that interrupts your routine. Sometimes the surprise is wrapped in challenge, because growth is often the delivery system for breakthrough. Other times, it's wrapped in peace, the kind that you can't explain logically but can feel instantly. And there are times when the surprise comes in the form of relief, the lifting of something that had weighed on you for far too long. But no matter how it arrives, the surprise is designed for you. God doesn't send generic gifts. He sends intentional ones. Ones that connect with your story, your calling, your capacity, your future. Ones that prepare you for what's ahead, even when you don't realize that's what's happening. Think about the seasons in your life where something shifted unexpectedly. Maybe an opportunity came out of nowhere. Maybe a problem resolved itself in a way you couldn't have orchestrated. Maybe someone walked into your life at the exact moment you needed them. Maybe you found strength you didn't know you had, or clarity that changed the direction you were heading. That's what a divine surprise looks like. It's not random, it's aligned, it's purposeful, and it's always timed perfectly, even if it doesn't feel perfect in the moment. January 23rd, 2026 is a date that carries that kind of energy, a moment that doesn't need loud announcements, because what's happened beneath the surface is more meaningful than anything external. It's a reminder that your story is not stagnant. It's a reminder that even when it feels like nothing is moving, something is being prepared for you. It's a reminder that God has not forgotten you, not for a moment. But to receive that surprise, you have to be willing to open it. That's where many people pause. Because opening something from God means letting go of what you thought you needed or expected. It means being willing to see the gift, even if it comes in a form that challenges your comfort zone. It means letting yourself step into something new without having all the answers. Opening it requires trust, not certainty. It requires humility, not control. It requires faith, not full understanding. You don't get to see the entire path before you step onto it. You only get to see the next step. And that's enough. Because divine surprises come with divine guidance. You're never left alone with what God gives you. The surprise isn't just a gift, it's an invitation. An invitation to rise, to believe, to move, to grow, to become. But here's the thing that many people misunderstand. Not everyone can handle the surprise that was meant for you. That's why you're told not to share it too early. Some things lose their power when exposed to the wrong environment. Some dreams can be damaged by the wrong voices. Some beginnings can be disrupted by people who don't understand the process God is taking you through. It's not about secrecy, it's about stewardship. When something sacred is placed in your hands, you protect it. When something fragile is forming, you shield it. When something new is emerging, you give it time to grow roots before you show it to the world. There are people who might misunderstand what God is doing in your life simply because it wasn't meant for them. They might discourage you without meaning to. They might sow doubt into what was meant to strengthen you. They might judge what they can't see the full picture of. And sometimes their voices, even if unintentional, can cause you to question what God already confirmed within you. That's why not sharing too soon is part O. F, the instruction. The surprise is not for public evaluation, it's for personal transformation. When God gives you something, it's not up for debate, it's not up for approval, it's not up for validation. It's a gift, a sign, a message, a shift specifically designed for you. Later, there will be a time to share. There will be a time to testify, to reveal, to show what God has done. But that comes after the gift has matured, after the growth has taken place, after you've become strong enough to carry it confidently. Right now, the moment is about receiving. It's about opening something you didn't expect but desperately needed. It's about allowing yourself to embrace what's being offered without worrying about how to explain it to others. It's about recognizing that God sees you in ways no one else does. He sees your silent battles, the ones you don't talk about. He sees your resilience, even on days when you feel tired. He sees your hopes, even the ones you've buried under disappointment. He sees your potential even when you don't. That's why this surprise is so significant. It's not random. It's connected to who you truly are, not just who you've had to be for the world. It's connected to your purpose, not just your plans. It's connected to your future, not just your present. Maybe this surprise is clarity where you've been confused. Maybe it's peace where you've been anxious. Maybe it's a new opportunity where you felt stuck. Maybe it's healing where you've been broken. Maybe it's joy returning after a long season of feeling numb. Maybe it's direction after wandering. Maybe it's the right person stepping into your life at the right time. Maybe it's the breakthrough you've prayed for but stopped expecting. Whatever form it takes, it's not small. It matters because you matter. And that's something you need to remember in seasons when you feel like you're walking through life unnoticed. God sees you even when others don't. God speaks to you even when others are silent. God moves in your life, even when you feel stuck. God prepares things for you, even when you think you're waiting alone. And the surprise waiting for you on January 23rd is proof of that unseen preparation. But to receive it fully, you have to shift the way you see your own life. You have to stop assuming nothing good can happen suddenly. You have to stop believing that blessings only come when you're at your best. You have to stop limiting what God can do based on what you've experienced so far. Divine surprises don't follow human logic. They don't follow your timeline, your expectations, your predictions, or your patterns. They follow purpose. And purpose often moves in ways that feel surprising because it's bigger than what you've imagined. That's why this moment is so important. It's not just about what you're receiving. It's about who you're becoming as you receive it. Because every surprise from God carries transformation, not just in your circumstances, but in you. In the way you think, the way you trust, the way you hope, the way you move, the way you show up in the world. Something in you will shift the moment you open this surprise. Maybe it's confidence that was buried under past failures. Maybe it's courage that was weakened by fear. Maybe it's faith that was shaken by disappointment. Maybe it's vision that was clouded by uncertainty. Maybe it's strength you didn't know you had because life hasn't called on it until now. Whatever it is, the shift won't be loud, but it will be real. It won't be dramatic, but it will be deep. It won't be obvious to others, but it will be unmistakable to you. That's what makes the moment sacred. And that's why you're asked not to share it too soon. Some things are meant to be cultivated privately before they are celebrated publicly. As you open this surprise, you might feel a mixture of emotions: excitement, gratitude, curiosity, maybe even a little fear. That's normal. New things always come with some level of uncertainty, but uncertainty isn't a warning. Sometimes it's just a sign that you're stepping into territory you've never walked before. That's where growth happens. That's where purpose comes alive. That's where you discover the parts of yourself you didn't know existed. And that's what this surprise is about. It's not about giving you something external to admire. It's about awakening something internal that has been waiting for the right moment to emerge when you receive something sacred, something mean, tea for your growth, something that carries divine intention. The very first instinct might be to rush out and share it with the world. It's human nature. When something good happens, we want to tell someone. When we feel a shift, a sign, or a spark of revelation, the excitement makes us want to announce it, validate it, celebrate it publicly. But not everything meant for you is meant to be spoken immediately. Some things need space. Some things need protection. Some things need time to mature before they are exposed to voices, opinions, and interpretations that could weaken what is still developing. When God places a surprise in your life, there's often a reason He doesn't instruct you to broadcast it right away. It's not because the gift is fragile. It's because the environment around you might be. There are seasons in your life when what God is doing in you is too special to be placed in the hands of people who won't understand it. It's not that people are bad. It's that the purpose behind your surprise is tailored specifically to you. It's like planting a seed. If you pull it out of the soil too early to show others, you're not proving anything. You're killing what was meant to grow. And the truth is, there will always be people who respond to your breakthrough out of their own brokenness. People who respond to your elevation out of their own insecurity.